Welcome to Jake and Trev Review Everything Live.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Trev. And here you are. Here we are. You're joining us. It's week 30. Wow.
Wow.
That is so many weeks.
That's
29 seemed like a lot. And I mean, frankly, I think I've literally said that every week has seemed like a lot.
And it rolled over to 30, and it's like, 30? What?
That's much more. That's much more than any time before.
We got all sorts of stuff. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get to all the stuff tonight.
We got Person of the Week, Monster of the Week, What's in the Box, Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Other bits we're not even telling you about right now. And actually, I will tell you one. I'm going to tell them. We got the Magic Episode 30 scroll. We have a Magic Episode 30 scroll. It's right here. This is the scroll, okay? Magic, okay? And I want you to know, I'm going to show this right now. If you look closely.
Yeah, you kind of gotta get in there.
30th show.
It's the 30th show scroll.
30th show scroll. Magic.
Magic.
It's just for us, and that means it's actually just for you.
So we will get to that later. Right now, the first thing that I thought we would talk about is the website.
We're going to talk about the website just a second.
Yeah.
We've officially launched the Peanut Butter Disaster website. We talked a bit about it last week. It's up and running. It's rolling with all of the might of the internet steamrolling death machine behind it.
Just chugga.
It's just moving through, grinding corpses.
Oh, yeah.
It's just...
the corpse grinder.
It doesn't do that. It doesn't grind corpses. It's actually just a website.
I couldn't figure out the plugin to get our site to grind corpses.
There it is.
Look for that in the future. peanutbutterdisaster.com/corpse grinders.
Yeah. Anyway.
The corpse grinder.
Anyway.
But yeah, no, we got the site up. We got our stuff. It's all up there. If you're not watching this on the website, I will post a link here.
You should be. Watch it on the website.
Yeah.
That's where you go to watch it now, because we said so.
Yep. Here's the link to go there.
It's great. It's great stuff. We got our stuff. We got the Rhinus' stuff, Movie Doctor's stuff, Tom Marriott's stuff, and
Minority Report reviews.
Yeah, from Tom Marriott from the Minority Report reviews. He's so great. He doesn't need a title or moniker to review things under.
He's something else.
He's something else. And you know what? All of us, everyone I mentioned, we're all something else. There's maybe even more producers. I don't know. Maybe we'll talk about it more later.
Maybe we'll talk about it right now.
Oh, bam. Because guess what? I got a Person of the Week.
I have a Person of the Week.
What? No, Jake, I mean, obviously you can't have a Person of the Week, because I have a Person of the Week.
Well, I figured, I have a Person of the Week, so I'm doing the Person of the Week.
Well, guess what? Folks, you get two.
We're doing both.
Count them. Two People of the Week this week.
Oh, yeah.
And this is in no order, because they're equally special to Jake and I. You wanna break the ice here?
So my Person of the Week is Dirtbag. Dominic Dirtbag. He does a show called Metal Breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Where does he do his...
Where did you watch it?
On our site.
On the site.
On our site.
He's one of our mysterious producers.
Newest Peanut Butter Disaster affiliate producer. We would like to welcome you. He's got some really good videos.
Great videos.
Now here's the thing. We put up a post on a forum to find some people that would be able to put some more stuff on our site. I mean, obviously...
When you're in the know, you know where you can go and look for these sort of people.
And here's the deal, we have our show, we got Chicken Trip Review Everything, Lecture Beer Review,
We're networking. We're trying to find...
We want to diversify. We want to get some more stuff in there, and... He emailed us, and he was like, I have this metal show, and we were both like, metal show?
Yeah, truth be told, Jake and I, we're not real big metal heads. Never have been, really.
Yeah.
And the thing is that the crux of our site is really movie reviews.
Movie, video game.
We want the other things. We have some of the other things, but it's chiefly, movies. Initially we were like, no, probably not. But then we watched it, we were so blown away.
It's really good.
We had to have them.
I would recommend go to the site, peanutbutterdisaster.com, and it's under Metal Breakdown. Probably my favorite video was the Transformers soundtrack.
Oh, good. It's really good.
Excellent. He provides excellent background on all the artists that perform for the soundtrack. He's got some good jokes in there. It's really good.
Right. So you should definitely check out Dirtbag stuff at the Peanut Butter Disaster website, peanutbutterdisaster.com.
We're going to say that like a million times in this episode.
I want you to know that this is what we're doing now. And Person of the Week number 2, and that's, again, not to be misconstrued as to say he's any less Person of the Week than Dirtbag. They're both
Person of the Week.
The other Person of the Week this week is Keir Kennedy. He is the producer of our other new show on peanutbutterdisaster.com.
Peanutbutterdisaster.com.
Hipster Reviews. Hipster Ninja Reviews.
Hipster Ninja.
Hipster Ninja Reviews. He's a Hipster Ninja.
It's just Hipster Ninja.
It's just, it's Hipster Ninja Reviews.
Is it? Okay.
Well, I've labeled them as such on the site, so I certainly hope that's what you call it.
We'll change it.
We'll change it if it's not, but I have a feeling from everything I've read, it's Hipster Ninja Reviews. But in any case, Hipster Ninja Reviews by Keir Kennedy. Keir Kennedy, other new producer, got on the same channel that we got, through the same channels and networks that we got Dominic Dirtbag. Both of them, great producers. Keir Kennedy actually was our first all-new pickup to the network, to our family, the Peanut Butter Disaster family. They've joined. They've fallen right in line. We were chatting around. We have like a special conversation thread going in Facebook even now, where we're just laughing, making jokes back and forth.
It's good. It's
both
good.
of these guys, super great. Let's see, Hipster Ninja Reviews.
He does. The premise is his character is the hipster ninja, and the main premise of a hipster is that they knew about it before.
They've seen it first. All right, they've seen it first.
Listen. I knew about it before X.
Right, but Hipster Ninja Reviews largely focuses on adaptations, specifically on adaptations. He has so far. He's pretty thoroughly slain the Transformers trilogy.
Mm-hmm. Also, all the Resident Evil movies.
Also, the Twilight series. So, if you love those, check it out. See what he has to say. If you hate them, check it out. See what he has to say. This is good stuff. Our tastes, par none.
Yeah.
And if they make the cut for us, we know they're going to make the cut for you.
Yeah. So check them out.
Spend some time with our new guys. You'll be glad you did. They are our people of the week. And
also, give me some tech music. Give me some. Hey, I didn't see you there music. Hey, I didn't see you there. Do you have a show that you do on the internet about stuff? Well, you should see if you. Why don't you apply to peanutbutterdisaster.com and see if it's a little.
Well, I mean, you told me to give you a song.
It was getting to that point.
Well, listen.
It's pretty epic.
Listen, electronic music has to build. You can't just keep looping the same sounds over and over again. I'll reset for you.
Okay. So, if you have a show, somebody who has a show, they don't have any place to put up their show except for like YouTube or something. We would love to have them as part of Peanut Butter Disaster. Just, if they qualify, we'll look over their stuff. If we feel like it would fit in with our list of reviewers, our family of Peanut Butter Disaster reviewers, then absolutely. See, he threw me off there.
I'm sorry. I'm too excited to improv this. I have to mix it up. I'm sorry.
But yeah.
Point remains. If you're checking this out, check us out. Give us your best. Let us see what you got. Maybe you can be the next Peanut Butter Disaster.
Yeah, do it.
All right. So, popular segment on the show. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Last week, I kind of played a trick on everyone. I feel really bad because I swore that there was something in the box, and then there wasn't, and that was my trick.
It was his drop the box and walk away.
End of the episode. You remember. You saw it.
Yeah.
But I apologize again. It wasn't a very nice thing to do. it was to illustrate the point that what you think you know, you may not actually know. You don't always know what you think you know. So, as a way of apology, I have a new What's in the Box tonight, and I think everyone's gonna do real well on this one.
Oh yeah. Usually it's a stumper. Usually nobody guesses until probably like the last 5 minutes. We got to give a lot of hints and stuff like that. But I feel pretty confident that our audience tonight will be able to guess what's.
Well, they're savvy, motivated viewers.
It's kind of a stumper, but I feel like it's a little.
I think you'll get it.
Notches.
I think they might get it if you guys work on it. You're gonna have to work. I ain't giving it away to you. All right. So, without any further ado, what's in the box? What is in the box?
I don't know.
It's not sitting right. It's.
Should I shake it?
Yeah, go ahead. Give it a little shake. Something is in this box, you guys. What's in the box? All right. Now we're gonna move right on into some. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
Have you
heard about this? Ant-Man, Marvel's Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who don't
Edgar
know,
Wright is directing.
Yeah, for if you don't know, listen to this. Edgar Wright is directing. Famously, he's done the Scott Pilgrim film. Mm-hmm. He's done all those wonderful, wonderful comedies with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
Oh yeah.
He's a great director. I love the guy. He produces quality stuff.
One of my favorite TV shows, Spaced.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it for like 8 years until after the fact, but excellently done. Mm-hmm. Like really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Talented guy. Talented people. Yeah. Ant-Man, the character Ant-Man, was one of the original Avengers. Many people were kind of scratching their heads when he didn't show up on the Avengers roster in the Avengers movie. You know?
Because, the original, if you don't know, the original Avengers were, it was Thor, the Hulk, Iron Man, Ant-Man, and Wasp. Was it just those five? I feel like there was five. Because I know Captain America didn't come along until later.
Yeah.
Because Captain America was a holdover from Timely Comics.
Did you say Hulk?
Timely Comics. Did I say Hulk?
I think it was maybe the second time. In any case,
yeah.
Ant-Man's one of the original Avengers. He's totally the real deal. And now he's going to be coming to the silver screen. And now here's the thing. In the comics, originally, Ant-Man was Hank Pym, super scientist, made Pym particles. Pym particles allow things to shrink. Or to grow. They're pretty magical.
Originally it was like shrink, and then it was like, wait, they do this too. Like later on. So.
Yeah, eventually it seems he figured out that growing big was a lot more impressive than growing small. And he kind of switched over to being Giant Man. And in the time after that, the Ant-Man persona went on to a character named Scott Lang, who was then the new Ant-Man.
That was like way after the fact. And here's the thing, just like every other character, Hank Pym has had like a long and sordid history. He was Yellow Jacket for a while.
Yeah, Goliath. He has got a whole bunch of identities.
Somebody else took the Goliath mantle at some point, I think. And the Yellow Jacket one. It's very confusing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's... So there was Hank Pym, and then there was Lang.
Yep, and it looks like they're both going to be in the Ant-Man feature. Scott Lang is going to be played by Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd. Many of you know him from...
every Judd Apatow movie ever.
Yep.
Banging Judd Apatow's wife.
Right. That's good. I believe most recently here he was Brian Fantana in Anchorman 2. Previously also in Anchorman 1, of course.
He was in, what was it, the unofficial sequel to Knocked Up. What was that called?
I Love You, Bro? Or
No.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
No, that's...
Grown Ups?
No. What? No, it was like, This Is 40.
This Is 40.
This Is 40, that's what it was called.
Okay, so in any case, yeah, so he's Scott Lang. That can work. I'm kind of interested. I like seeing comedy men in some of these Marvel roles. Yeah. It's kind of a nice turn.
And it would be nice to have like a lighthearted, I feel like in Scott Pilgrim, you do have like an excellent blend of comedy and action, and it worked really well. It worked really well towards the source material, and anyways, it had that going for it. But to have like a comedy movie based on a Marvel character would be really interesting to see. The other thing that I was kind of interested in, I'm a little worried about having Hank Pym be played by
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
He's played by Michael Douglas. That's a big rumor and now confirmed that's come out. Michael Douglas is Hank Pym.
Little worried about it, but then on the other hand, I mean, if you go to Watchmen, like, it would be really interesting to explore that dichotomy of passing the mantle of a superhero character from one person to the other, and maybe that, like, he develops it or something, and then Paul Rudd gets a hold of it. But I would really like to see in the movie a kind of relationship form between, like, the former hero and then, like, passing the mantle down to the new hero. That's always interesting. Like, in Watchmen, you had Night Owl. You know, Night Owl, there was, like, an old Night Owl, and they would, like, pal around and stuff, and he'd be like, back in my day, and, it was kind of tragic in the movie, no spoilers, but...
Right.
If you haven't seen Watchmen already...
Sure. But the other really interesting thing about the fact that they've confirmed that Hank Pym is going to make an appearance here is that in the regular Marvel Universe, Hank Pym is also responsible for the creation of Ultron. Who's Ultron? Haven't you been paying attention? Ultron's the villain in Age of Ultron, Avengers 2. Avengers 2, Age of Ultron.
He's a Rubit.
He's a Rubit. He's pretty much a jerk. It's going to be interesting to see if they tie this in together at all, give Ultron a totally new origin.
If he'll even be in Avengers 2.
If he'll even be in it at all. Well, I understand, actually, Ant-Man's supposed to come out after Avengers 2.
Oh, okay.
So if he's in there, it'll be probably just a quick nod or whatever. But it's going to be interesting to see how they put it together. For me, Michael Douglas is a pretty decent actor.
He's got range.
He's got real range.
Yeah. One of my favorite Michael Douglas movies was The Game.
The Game. Awesome.
It's
awesome.
such a sweet movie.
Oh, man.
It is a little...
It kept me guessing. Right all the way. Right to the end.
It's a good suspense movie. I mean, it's got its flaws, too, but I enjoyed it while watching it. It was very, like, creepy. If you haven't seen that, we won't spoil that for you, but watch The Game. Starring Michael Douglas.
Yeah. So I'm going to rate this piece of information as interesting. Not good necessarily, not bad necessarily, but definitely interesting.
It gives you pause.
Sure.
So let's
Jamie,
go over to the chat here.
Yeah, definitely.
We got.
Do we have any winners on what's in the box this week?
Let's see. In addition to the large machete or not?
Whoa, hold on. Did you just say that there was a machete in the box? Wow!
Yes!
First guess! Look at this! It's a machete!
Oh my God!
It was in the box!
How did you even know
knew!
That?
Todd Jake Silvis knew a machete was in the box too! Man, you guys are sharp! Much
like
sharper. Not unlike this machete. So, congratulations, guys. You figured out what was in the box. Great job.
Great job. Let's see.
You can put that on your Facebooks. Put it on your Facebooks. I figured out what was on Jake and Trev's box.
Nice. Oh, I would like to briefly say thank you to my father for getting me this for Christmas.
Looking sharp.
It's a
man. It's like Jake has all these sharp shirts he's been wearing on the show. He's got this Star Trek shirt. He's got the Jake and Trev shirt last week. Man, what a well-dressed guy. Look at this guy. Look at this fucking guy.
See, the top part of my face says Wesley Crusher.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom part
says Will Riker.
Will Riker.
He's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Forget Locutus aboard. This is the best of both worlds.
And I'm a captain.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of that, we did have a question from Trevor's mom.
Mm-hmm.
What do the colors mean? On the shirts.
Sure.
Well, this is confusing, so we'll do a quick breakdown here, and then we'll go back to the chat.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, so we're gonna
try to move on.
We're gonna bebop our way through this. So
we're gonna bop our way back to Coney on this one.
So, just so you know, in the original series, okay?
Well,
the original Star Trek series.
Let's start with TNG, because this is a TNG uniform shirt.
This is a TNG uniform shirt.
That's the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Captain Picard, Will Riker, Data.
They're all command. They're all command department.
Mm-hmm.
So they wear a red shirt.
Yeah, red shirt is command department. Those are your officers, basically.
Right. If it is a yellow shirt, you're in the operations, which is like engineering, security,
pretty much anything that's not command or what's the other color?
Science and medical.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all of your science and medical guys. I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. That's blue. Science and medical is blue. So those are the three colors that are prevalent in the Next Generation. My favorite Star Trek, of course. But in the original series, and you're wondering, like, why did they... the colors were completely changed. There were red, yellow, and blue, but in the original series, engineering, security, and communications were all red. And that's where the joke, like about red shirts being sent off on missions and dying, they were the most
expendable. You've heard this before.
You've heard the joke. Even if you go, what's a Star Trek? Like,
Right. In other shows, they refer to, like, generic guys or disposable people as being red shirts.
Yeah. And the science and medical staff stayed blue. Mm-hmm. They were still blue. And so it was really the switch between red and yellow being command.
Right.
So that's why you see Captain Kirk in a yellow shirt.
See, no, I think that's a smart change. I think red is a more commanding color than yellow.
That's true. That's true.
So that's those
are those ones. I'll throw up a link here. We have a little documentation.
There's a really great link here we're going to send you guys.
It goes over, because they change uniforms in every show.
Between the movies, the show.
So we'll throw up this link for you guys.
Everyone wants a unique uniform look for their series, so that way it has a distinct visual style.
Yeah. So there's that.
Jamie Gansell had asked a chat question, Jaco. You better go down and find it.
Recently, everyone is telling me to watch Hudson Hawk. What are your thoughts? Well, I love Hudson Hawk!
Well, my thoughts are... My thoughts are we might have to do a review of Hudson Hawk sometime.
What?
Man, watch for it later this season, guys. I think it's going to happen.
If we can't fit it in this season, we'll definitely get to it next season.
Yeah, we're going to eventually make our way to Hudson Hawk. To fill you in, if you don't know what Hudson Hawk is, it's a Bruce Willis vehicle from the 80s.
Based on a song. Made by Bruce Willis.
Yeah, made partially by Bruce Willis. And it's about a thief
burglar.
A cat burglar, to be fair. To be more specific.
Cat burglar is fancier than thief.
Is it?
They got, like, gear, and they sneak around, and they don't steal, like, VCRs. They steal, like...
Yeah, they don't, like, hurt people or nothing. They're not really in that business. They're
fancy.
In this...
If you watch Psych, there's a recurring character played by Carrie Elwes, who I can't remember the character's name, but he's like an international thief. But he's like a
gentleman thief.
A gentleman thief. So that's Hudson Hawk, and yeah, he goes to prison for 10 years. He comes out, and he's like, I'm on the straight and narrow. But he gets forced to steal.
He gets pulled back in right away.
Yeah, and he's forced to steal a Da Vinci horse in the beginning of the movie, and that leads to another plot point.
It is a really wild ride.
It's funny.
Mr. Toad, get on this wild ride. I think it's really interesting and worth a watch. I can see why it wasn't popular at the time.
Yeah, it got panned pretty hard. We were actually, just from, talking about it and stuff the other day, we watched a Siskel and Ebert review of...
Oh, they hated it.
They tore that shit down. And it's like, it's not really, it's not that offensive, guys. Come on. Like, I think at one time Ebert was like, I just couldn't get into the movie. It was just too whimsical. Everybody was over the top.
It's like, yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were over the top. That's what... Oh, God.
That's what they were doing. I'd say it's worth your time to check out, Jamie. Like I said, eventually we're going to give our full thoughts on this, I think, and it'll be a good one. But for now, we'll definitely say it's worth your time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, moving right along. Bam, bam, bam. All right, what's the next thing? Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah, this.
Marvel's Mandarin one-shot may lead into Iron Man 4. Now, you've probably watched Iron Man 3 by now. Perhaps you've even seen our review of Iron Man 3. Jake and I didn't like it. So not to give away the lead right there.
It was definitely watch it. That's our that's a pretty good episode of ours. And
yeah.
A lot of plot points. If you're not, and you probably are, and I just want to say this briefly, if you're not familiar with our show,
what are you doing here?
What? I'm glad you're here.
Did somebody trick you?
I'm glad you're here, but we have story elements in our canonical show.
Mm-hmm. The J&TRE Review Everything program.
Right.
This is live.
Yeah, this is the live show. They're two separate things. But, and there are a lot of story elements in that I really enjoyed. And they are pretty important, so, check that out if you haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, Iron Man 3, our verdict, not very good.
Not very good. And
overhyped.
And half of the fans seem to agree with us. Half of the fans disagree with us
strongly. It's a
very
polarizing movie.
Actually, last year was a really interesting year for superhero movies being particularly polarizing.
Yeah, see, that's the problem, and there is a world of reviewers out, beyond us. Don't stray too far. We like having you as viewers. I mean,
Come on back. Come on back.
But there are a lot of reviewers who are like, we liked Iron Man 3, it was awesome, and we definitively explain. I mean, we're not going to explain it here. We have an episode.
We have a lot of evidence for our point of why it's not a very good movie.
Yeah.
But in any case, I feel like if you haven't seen Iron Man 3 and you haven't seen our review, you might want to for a few minutes.
All right, I'll do this.
Turn it down.
I'll do this until we're done spoiling, and then I'll take my fingers out, and that's when that'll be your signal. So.
Okay. In Iron Man 3, the Mandarin isn't actually the Mandarin. He's an actor portraying a character of the Mandarin who's a guy who's supposed to be in charge of a terrorist group, but it's revealed in there that he's just some terrible out-of-work actor who took the job. And so basically Marvel and everyone involved just shit all over the Mandarin. Okay, you're good.
Okay. So they're talking about making this Mandarin character, they're doing a one-shot.
Mm-hmm.
Explaining a little bit more. I think I feel like what they're trying to do is dig themselves out of the hole that they dug.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to repair any damages they did with that spoiler that we were just talking about. So but that is reportedly going to be in like a one shot. It's just a little short, and that's going to segue into Iron Man 4.
Supposedly. Right. It's called All Hail the King. I believe.
Yeah, Hail to the King.
All Hail, something like that. Take a look here. Take a look. It's All Hail the King.
All Hail the King.
And there's not a lot of information about exactly where it's going to be available, but keep an eye out for it. This Marvel movie universe is ever expanding. Lots of little things to catch.
I just apparently just a brief note. I know I've been talking about it for a while. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Just came back from their holiday hiatus. I watched I think 2 new episodes they've had since Christmas time. Still, it's getting better.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Jake update on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's getting better. It's not super better.
Right.
If you've been watching along, you probably know exactly what I mean. It's Joss Whedon's a good writer for characters and dialogue and stuff. Not like a lot of his plot points just aren't that interesting. They are kind of, but they're not. I really like the characters.
Well,
I keep watching.
Remember, this is Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., but they're not. It's a different sort of beast than like a superhero.
It's not. Yeah, it's not straight up. Like some people have stuff, but they don't really.
Yeah. So, in any case, they're working on this Mandarin thing, and it's basically, if you're interested, look into it. It would require, I don't want to spoil everything, but connected with what I said a minute ago, they're trying to dig themselves out of that. We kind of fucked things up by doing this, like Jake said. So it's pretty questionable.
It remains to be seen whether it'll be good. If they do, it's a sticky wicket. So if they do what they're, They might be able to repair the damage, but right. I'm not holding my breath.
Matt Nash has a question for us. He put in the Facebooks. And Matt Nash writes, Jake and Trev, what is so great about Doctor Who? Sell me on Doctor Who. Oh. Okay. I feel like this responsibility really falls to me here.
All right.
I have to sell you on Doctor Who.
Hold on. This is going to be a pitch. So I will give you 1 minute.
1 minute?
You have a 1 minute pitch to sell Matt Nash on Doctor Who.
Okay.
Hold on.
He's going to tell me where I can go.
I gotta get the we'll do it 5 seconds.
Okay, we're going to do it in 5 seconds.
Is that going to give you...
Mm-hmm.
All right, go.
Okay, it's a show about a time-traveling man who is very eccentric and interesting and very, very clever. He's a bit of a detective, a bit of a scientist, and he travels around through time and space saving the day. Okay, there's lots of great sci-fi elements, lots of aliens, cloning, transportation, time travel, interdimensional stuff. I mean, it's kind of good. There's a lot of good high-minded science fiction mixed in with some more soft science fiction.
30 seconds.
It's an adventure serial, and there's lots of different variety here. And what's really great is it's a 50-year-old show, so there's lots of stuff to go back and watch too. So as you all know, the biggest problem in this day and age is marathoning through an entire season or entire show. And with Doctor Who, I don't think you'll ever have to worry about that. It's a wonderful little show. If you're a fan of sci-fi, I couldn't recommend it enough.
5 seconds. 4, 3,
and
2,
so watch it.
It's a 1-minute pitch.
That's about the best as I could do. There's so much to talk about in there, but the 1-minute elevator pitch, there it is. There you go. So don't be a bitch. Watch Doctor Who.
Cyrus McCarter says, do you think RDJ will leave the role of Tony Stark? We were actually talking about this earlier.
That's very interesting. For somebody who was not in the room while we were talking about this.
See, here's the thing. He's been talking about it. He's actually been talking about that since, like, Iron Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, I'm done with this Iron Man stuff. If no one remembers, Robert Downey Jr. had a really rough time in the 90s.
Oh.
He was pretty popular in the 80s and the early 90s, and then later on...
And then he put all of the drugs up his ass.
All of the drugs. So he was the joke. You know how we joke now about Charlie Sheen,
Yeah, or Lindsay Lohan is actually a really great example, because we're always hearing about stories about how Lindsay Lohan's getting into car accidents, or getting drunk and wandering into people's homes. No, I remember a time when Robert Downey Jr. was the butt of every star gone wrong
hookers, almost OD,
I remember
whatever.
Specifically, there was a time where he was all drugged up and he wandered into somebody else's house and passed out on their bed. And then somebody came home and found Robert Downey Jr. all coked up, passed out on their bed. What? This is like a headline from an alternate universe. No, it's an alternate past.
Yeah, no, it happened.
It's our past,
but then
not an alternate one.
And for a long time, I think between Iron Man and I think the movie he did before Iron Man that was most popular was Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which kind of flew under the radar. Excellent movie. If you haven't seen it, you should totally watch it.
Hey, Cyrus McCarter, I got bad news. Who says Doctor Who, like Game of Thrones, is one of those shows that the more I hear about it, the less I want to see it. Well, you know what? That's too fucking bad. We already have a hipster over on Peanut Butter Disaster. We don't need one in the chat.
No, I agree to an extent. I like Doctor Who a lot.
But how can you make a statement, the more I hear about it, the less I want to see it in all seriousness? Like, that's a joke you can make, I guess, and maybe he's just joking, but also you don't be a bitch. Give Game of Thrones and Doctor Who a try. People who are telling you that it's good, it's not a thing. You know what I mean? It's not like a thing that we're all a bunch of idiots who are into a thing.
No, but I understand.
Give it a try.
See,
give it a try.
That's the thing. I understand that. I kind of want to get into, the new Doctor Who. And what I've been doing is in secret watching a few episodes starting from
Christopher Eccleston.
Perennial
wet blanket Christopher Eccleston.
I've been watching, because I watched that series. I watched all of the Christopher Eccleston stuff up until I think maybe half a season in to the next Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became really popular and you couldn't stop hearing about it. It's like when you work somewhere and you do it 8 hours a day and you come home and you don't want to think about that thing that you work on.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I kind of feel about Doctor Who. You're not watching TV, but everybody's talking about this TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you go to watch TV, it's like, do I really want to watch the thing that everyone keeps talking about? It's akin to that feeling. I personally.
But how often is there a cultural phenomenon that almost everybody is in on and wants to check out and is talking about, and then you checked it out and it wasn't worth it?
I understand. It's the reluctance initially to get into stuff, and even then, there are a lot of episodes of the new series, so it is.
Sure.
If you can't just start. You can, but it takes a long time to go from Eccleston to wherever we are now.
Oh yeah, a long time.
But yeah, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Ever since he picked back up with Iron Man 2, he was like, oh, I'm gonna retire this whole Iron Man thing soon. They did 3. Another spoiler. In the end of 3, Iron Man retires, but probably not really.
Yeah, probably not really.
So, that's kind of leading up to that, but then he's also attached to one of the biggest franchises right now in the world, so why would you give that up? He wants to have, just like every other actor out there, when they hit it big with something, they're like, oh, well, I want to strike out on my own now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Robert Downey Jr.'s second career. Like, he had a career a while ago, he fucked that up, he started up a new one, and he's like, well, now I have options. And it's like, well, you do have options, but...
If you want to know how, like, dark it was for Robert Downey Jr. for a little while, check out Disney's remake in the mid-2000s of The Shaggy DA. Yeah. He was in that. So, I mean, that'll tell you. No, I'm giving you a hard time, Cyrus McCarter, because I think you should watch these shows, and, there's a reason people like it, and I suspect that you wouldn't want to be watching this show if you didn't at least trust my instincts. So, trust my instincts. They're worth your time. Also, I noticed there was a question from Phyllis Peterson, to shift gears here really quick. Question from Phyllis Peterson. What is printed on those nice silver mugs you guys are drinking your coffee out of? Jake, why don't you guys pull?
Well, actually, I was going to get more coffee, so it's perfect.
Perfect. He's going to show us what is on these. Look at that! Wow, Jake and Trev review everything mugs. Man, we got branded merch over here.
Look at this dapper gentleman riding this rainbow.
It looks pretty good.
And this dapper gentleman riding this eagle.
I'm like an a J.R.R. Tolkien character.
Oh yeah.
Riding an eagle to an impossible conclusion.
Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina here. No, it's good stuff. So, let's see. Cyrus McCarter, it's not that I don't think it'll be good, but I get beat over the head with it so often and tired of it.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
And it's a struggle because so many people are like, watch it, you gotta watch it. And then when you're like, man, I don't really want to watch it now. And then everybody's like, I can't believe that you just, give up. You're such a whatever. And it's like, no, it's an actual feeling.
Right. I understand. No, I mean, I'll admit, I've been annoyed sometimes when everyone's talking, like Breaking Bad. I was a little annoyed about how everybody was talking about Breaking Bad. You gotta watch Breaking Bad and so forth. But
so good.
I don't know. I mean, I guess to a certain degree, I trust if it's a cultural phenomenon that's going on right now in terms of entertainment. Kind of like how Heroes was the next big thing until the writer's strike, and kind of like how Lost was a big thing. These were all shows that came on that everybody was talking about, that you had to watch, that you had to get in on this.
Yeah.
It's a little annoying, especially because you didn't get in on the ground floor, and everyone else is already in on it, and they're like in a secret club. I mean, I understand, but you gotta make the leap of faith.
Yeah.
You gotta make the leap of faith. What else do we got on the Have You Seen This? Have you heard about this, Jaco?
Let's see. Going back to Marvel, let's sew up all the Marvel stuff right now.
We'll sew up all the Marvel stuff.
Does Marvel want Johnny Depp to join superhero universe, says Variety?
Most likely. I mean, I don't think they could go wrong with it.
I just don't, I can see it, I can picture it in my head. It wouldn't be that bad, but if Johnny Depp played and what they're, what they're trying to get at is that he should play Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Marvel has done a really good job, and going back to the RDJ thing, has done a really good job of taking people that aren't generally in the limelight and making them those stars. And, I feel like giving somebody else like Chris Pratt. I love Chris Pratt on Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm.
He's an excellent actor. They have him for Star-Lord for Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm really excited to see that. And, pretty much every character, Chris Evans, who plays Captain America, he was like the Human Torch in Fox's.
Really, nobody takes the guy very serious.
Yeah, he was in The Losers. He was in a few other things.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, well, he was good in. Scott Pilgrim's kind of an exception.
Hold on. Were you just saying that The Losers wasn't very good?
No, I was just saying it was kind of underrated. It flew under the radar. I didn't think The Losers was bad. I
think I got kind of lost because right around the time I think that was in theaters, everyone was talking about how the A-Team was coming out a little bit later in the year. So
they were very similar.
I think they got out A-Teamed by the A-Team.
Yeah. Also a Marvel movie, by the way. The Losers is based on a comic book.
Marvel? Are you sure it's not DC?
It might be DC.
I think it is DC. It is DC.
Whatever. It
is DC because I remember there was the misleading letter from DC last week.
Last week,
where it was counted among their movies. But in any case,
Chris Evans. You got the guy who's playing the Hulk now,
Mark Ruffalo.
I think I only knew him from a TV show. Like, he was on Just Shoot Me or something like that. I can't remember exactly what show he was on.
I remember
it was
his
like some
name,
sort of sitcom.
I remember his name was on a movie poster, and I thought it was a funny sounding last name, and that was the only reason that I remembered his name.
That sounds like a type of Muppet.
A Ruffalo.
He's a Ruffalo.
Or a character from Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah, a Ruffalo. But yeah, no, he was relatively unknown. I mean, he did a really excellent job as the Hulk in the Avengers movie. Mm-hmm. So I really like the idea of taking people who have talent but aren't super big stars. Relying on Johnny Depp to carry your movie is over. It's over. It's over.
Didn't Disney learn their lesson earlier with The Lone Ranger?
I don't think that it's a problem. Because again, I could picture Johnny Depp as Doctor Strange.
Sure.
But don't let him loose. Wrong. Don't let him off the fucking chain and go, oh, do whatever you want with Doctor Strange. No, he needs a good director to do Doctor
Johnny
Strange.
Depp by himself does not guarantee a hit film.
No.
If it did...
When you just let him off the leash and you're just like, do whatever sort of crazy bullshit you want to do, Johnny Depp, like, it's a hit or miss kind of formula. Obviously, they did it with Pirates of the Caribbean because that movie was based on a fucking Disney ride. So, that's a big thing, but then, he's had good performances before. I'm not ripping on Johnny Depp for being bad or anything. I'm just saying, with some direction, not letting him make up how he thinks Doctor Strange is and actually acting like Doctor Strange instead of doing his take on Doctor Strange, I can see that. But otherwise, I think they really should go for a relatively unknown actor that can play the role.
Agreed.
So.
All right. We're gonna do lightning round with the last of our. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this here?
Okay, lightning round.
Lightning round.
Ready.
Chris Pratt confirmed to star in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World alongside Bryce Dallas Howard, Nick Robinson, and Ty Simpkins.
Should be interesting.
Jurassic World. What?
That's that.
What is that? Set in the Jurassic period?
Oh God.
Did the dinosaurs? Is it Planet of the Dinosaurs?
No.
Did someone come up with a serum that makes?
Maybe they figured out how to doggy paddle, and they got off all the islands and headed towards land.
Oh no!
I don't know. It could be good. They did the.
It's over. It's over.
Dinosaur movies are sweet. Jurassic Park is sweet. The sequels to Jurassic Park weren't so sweet.
No.
I like Chris Pratt a lot.
I don't care what the Minority Report review says. 3 wasn't that great either.
Sorry, Tom.
Sorry, Tom. It was better than 2. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Let's see. Netflix stocks drop on fears of higher costs after ruling strikes down net neutrality. We won't get into the politics of this exactly. If you're on the internet, hopefully you know what net neutrality is. Mm-hmm. Let me break it down really quickly. You can load up any page at any speed or at the same speed. You can load up our webpage, for instance, just as fast as you would load up,
Microsoft.com.
Right. But for a while, there were a lot of service providers that were saying, well, we created the internet, the infrastructure for the internet, we would like to have
an internet fast lane for people who will give us
more money, which is bullshit. It's bullshit. I want you to know, and I will say it again, it's bullshit.
It's basically trying to create a cable tier package for the internet.
Yeah,
where for this kind of money,
you want Facebook,
super fast
you want
access.
Netflix,
right.
You want all these. Well, those companies have to pay the providers to be in the fast lane so that those things will load up faster, and then basically everyone else would have to do the same thing. So, for instance, with our website,
people like us, we're kind of fucked there because we never will have the money. Well, maybe eventually, but right now we don't have the money to possibly get any kind of bonus treatment on the internet. So then everybody else who can pay it has much faster download speeds, and
and then our page just takes forever to load.
It just crawls. It's like,
or it might not even be. Yeah, and I'm not trying to slippery slope this, and I don't think they would ever do this, but they could even be like, well, if you're not part of our network of providers, like let's say the hosting that we have, we have our hosts that are through our internet.
Right.
So if you're on a different host, if you're on a competitor host, then you're not even on our internet.
Right. People who want to partition and slice up the internet into different sections, and I don't think it's
so. Net neutrality is the idea that the internet should stay the way the internet is without imposing these ridiculous paywalls for speed and things like that. Basically, there was a verdict by the FCC that was shut down by a higher court. It was the FCC versus Verizon, because Verizon was arguing that they should be able to do that, which they shouldn't. Again, it's bullshit. But they got struck down by a higher court. They're going to appeal, but this may... basically, Netflix stock dropped.
Based on fears that
Netflix would have to raise their prices. If Verizon says, oh, well, Netflix, you have to pay us more to get your stuff out to your people because we control the internet that your service goes through, then they would have to pass that on to the...
So you have to play ball with us.
Right, so Netflix would be like, well, we have to pay more money in order to get you the things that you want, so you have to pay us more for the service.
And this is a big deal because we were looking up I can't talk right now. We were looking up some statistics. Hold on, let me get it right.
I don't think I was helping.
Statistics.
There we go.
Statistics that suggest that roughly a third of internet down traffic or downloading in the last fall was Netflix stuff.
In primetime hours, Netflix was a third of downloading from the internet.
Right. So that tells you that this is going to be a big deal. It's probably going to get appealed. It's going to get taken to the next step. This one's probably going to the Supreme Court.
I really hope so, because somebody needs to definitively do that.
Right.
That and fair use.
Yeah. And also fair use.
Somebody needs to put the stamp on fair use and figure out exactly.
Broaden that out a little bit. Okay, so that's the deal there. Cyrus Picardo writes, do you think, after watching a Spidey 2 trailer, an Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer, that it will get any better? Nope. It's going to get worse. 10 pounds of Spider-Man in a 5-pound bag. You just cramming it in. Just cramming it in. Oh, what? This isn't keeping your fucking attention? Well, here's some more villains. Here's some teases at more villains.
And they're all tied together. Everyone gets all of their powers from the same...
It's all from Oscorp. Bullshit. Yeah. Get out of here.
Get the fuck out.
Take your bullshit out of here.
Alright.
So that's our thoughts on that. Anything else? No, I don't think so.
The villains, the monster of the week.
Well, hold on, one more. We lost somebody this week. Andrew Betts writes, what are your thoughts concerning the death of Mae Young? For those of you who are not in the know, Mae Young is an extremely influential female wrestler. She's one of the earliest and one of the best, one of the original female wrestling superstars, and she passed away here just yesterday evening, I believe.
Yeah.
It sucks. I mean, and the thing is that she was full of life and going out there to the rings and so forth and wrestling.
Decades.
Yeah, 8 decades of wrestling. She was active in the WWE, even if mostly just promotional stuff here, up right until the end. They respected her, which is nice. It's always nice when the modern, wrestling giants pay their respects to, the people that really were. Thank you. Exactly, paved the way. So if you're into wrestling, if you recognize that importance, you're probably feeling this at least a little bit. The world is is less one great wrestler now and worse off due to the loss of Mae West. So Mae Young to Mae Young.
Mae West. Let's skip this for next week. I think we need to do more research on that.
So I also promised Monster of the Week. So I'm going to make this real quick because we got this super special scroll over here we got to get through.
Yeah.
But suffice to say, surprise, we are all the monsters of the week because as a public, I know, I'm shocked too. As a public, we have not made a sufficient enough stand against SOPA, in favor of net neutrality, against the parceling out of the internet.
It was a fad, and that's the problem. A lot of internet, petitions and
it was all real active when SOPA was right there.
Yeah, but now that it's kind of working its way through stuff, it's it's and I don't really. I think it's partially our faults for forgetting about it so quickly, and partially the fault of the people that make those kinds of legislations that are just let's just slip this in on some, you want happy puppies? Here, sign this, and then it says also, net neutrality will be destroyed. Mm-hmm. But you get happy puppies.
Right.
Anywho, let's see this.
You didn't give your thoughts on the Hercules movie.
I haven't seen it. Right now on Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 5%. Yeah. So just based off of that, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, like, I don't want to use Rotten Tomato scores as you know, if you were going to see it, go see it. But it may be worth it to like rent it when it comes out or something. Don't know anything. I haven't even seen a trailer for it. That's the only thing that I've seen. And, you know, far be it for me to pass judgment before I've even seen the trailer, but 5%'s pretty fucking low.
I agree. It's really troubling. It might be worth a chuckle or two, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So without any further ado, the magic 30th show scroll provided to us. Lots of stuff on here. This is a new lightning round. We got about 10 minutes left, so new lightning round.
Okay.
Question 1. Will you guys go to VidCon or MagFest?
I don't know what those are. It sounds like maybe they're for people that do videos.
VidCon is, in fact, mostly like a YouTuber convention, basically. Okay. I'm not 100% sure on where it is. Also, MagFest is kind of in a similar vein. For example, those sons of bitches at that guy with the glasses. No, they're all great. I like those guys. They're fine. But no, like a lot of internet reviewers go to MagFest. It's kind of like a big deal. Mm-hmm. Like if you're into the internet reviewing genre, it's a good place to meet some of your favorites. Mm-hmm. And yes, I've heard I
would love to go to that.
One of our other reviewers, I want to say it was Pat, who was talking about going to MagFest here one of these times. So
I would love to go. You know, we are here in the North Coast of America, as they say on our local radio station. I always like that. The North Coast of America.
That's right.
The UP of
Southeast.
Michigan.
I mean, if they want to, like off the top of my head, I want to say it's in Maine, but I'm not 100%.
And pretty much, you know, West Coast or East Coast, it's kind of far away from here.
Yeah, there's almost, unless it's happening in Chicago, everything is really, really far away from us.
Or like Wisconsin.
But absolutely, we would like to go. This, by the way, this Magic 30th show scroll is brought to us by Poeticy. She's a photographer and artist. She has made some of our site work.
We were talking about maybe doing a photo shoot.
What
do you guys think of that?
A Jake and Trev photo shoot?
Jake and Trev photo shoot.
Sexy.
Fashion and
Vogue. But yeah, so yes, Poeticy, we are going to we are very interested in going to VidCon or MagFest. You picking up the tab? You offer?
If you're paid for it.
If you're offering.
If you're paid.
No, we'd like to get there one of these years. What is Sherlock going to do now? Are you up on your Sherlock, Jake?
Are we talking like after the end of the second season of Sherlock?
I believe they're in the third season.
They're into the third season?
Yeah.
Then I have no fucking idea. I haven't seen any of the third season. I know at the end of the second it was like, oh.
Yeah.
So I guess if there is a third season, I'm excited to see that, but I haven't seen it.
I'm going to guess continue to act like an asshole.
Yeah. But be really good at detecting.
Yeah. He'll do those things.
He's a Sherlock for a modern age, and being really good at something means that you have to be socially a dick.
Tell me more about the website. Gladly.
Oh, we did.
Is there a fan comment section /forum?
Oh, well, okay. Well, here's the thing, and this was something that Dirtbag asked of me the other day, was, hey, can you do forums? Well, here's the thing. We have a really small amount of server space right now for the website, so we probably won't have a forum for a very long time, if we do at all. It's a good idea. It'd be a nice place for everybody to get their thoughts about the shows and stuff, and, you know, a general hangout place on the internet. I always love forums. One of the first forums I was on was a skateboarding forum, where we were talking about kickflips. But anyways, we don't really have the space. Also, that takes moderation, and we're already moderating the website. That would really require us to have maybe a third person to be able to go in there and, you know, make sure that everything's on the up and up. So probably not. But we do have the ability to post comments on the video. So if you go to our website and you're looking at a video, right below it there should be a comment bar. Above it or below it, I can't remember, to be honest. Hold on, let me pull it up.
I'm pretty sure it's below.
Well, yeah. Anyways, there's that. You can share it on Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit, Twitter, Reddit,
Tumblr, everything.
Yeah. You can share it to whatever social media you ascribe to.
Almost all of them.
I would just spill coffee on it.
You just spilled coffee on it. Okay. This next one is a challenge to us. Okay? List 30 video games. Just list 30 video games as quickly as you can. We'll
Let's try to not take this cheap route.
You go Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2, Mega Man...
Yeah, no.
Okay, Mega Man X. See, that was a trick.
Yeah.
Castlevania, Bomberman, Super Mario Brothers,
Metroid.
Excite Bike, Kid Icarus, Resident Evil,
A Boy is
Silent Hill, Marble Madness,
Wally Bear in the No Game.
Oh, nice. What are we on? 8?
13.
13? Shoot. Wow, why am I having a hard time thinking about games? BioShock, System Shock, Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefront,
Star Wars Battlefront, Battlefield, Forza. Okay, that's 20. Hold on. Let me get some in here. Good lord.
Sure.
Let's see. Contra.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Got through Deadpool.
You got through
That's a
it.
video game. We got 7 more.
The Saboteur.
That's pretty good. Oh, 13.
13.
With David Duchovny.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Five left.
Chrono Cross.
Leisure Suit Larry. Monkey Island.
Final
Space
Fantasy
Quest.
7.
Final Fantasy 7. That's 30 video games.
30. 30 different video games. Not of the exact same series. Okay.
Nope. Or from the same system, or from the same
All
generation.
over the place. Want to do 30 more? No.
No,
Okay.
not really. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Maybe that'll be a fixture of the show.
Be your
Name 30 video games.
30 video games. Okay.
We'll have to have the list up where it's like, you can't list any of these other video games. We'll have to really dig in there.
Oh, shucks. Alright, will Jake and Trev Review Everything ever do a YouTube challenge? For example, the Cinnamon Challenge. Or the Milk Chug Challenge. Do you guys want us to?
You want us to throw up?
Do you want us to
I don't
try
really
to eat?
want to throw up on camera.
Do you guys want us to try to do the cinnamon and then just cough it all over? I mean,
you already know what's going to happen. You know what happens when you drink
Surprise!
the milk? You throw up.
is it like, do you?
Is it like, oh, are they not going to throw up this time? Is that like the? No, we're not.
They throw up every time.
Maybe if it were like, hold on now, if it like there are other challenges, like for instance, I know Tom from the Minority Report was talking about there's a Pokemon challenge where you play through Pokemon, but if any of your Pokemon get knocked out, you have to release them like they were dead.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to play through the game without getting any of your Pokemon knocked out. I like that. I like those kinds of challenges where you impose. We were talking about Fallout, which apparently I got my dad hooked on Fallout 3. That was something I was going to say earlier, but like he's totally hook, line, and sinker. Which I'm glad, because it's a really good game. Dad, have you got to the Garys yet?
Gary!
Gary!
Alright, do you guys watch Game Grumps or Hey Ash, What You Playing? If so, what do you guys think?
I've seen Game Grumps. It's pretty good.
Game Grumps, I don't know.
It's goofing around. See, here's the thing. I mean, there are people who do Let's Plays and do, like, commentary and stuff like that.
They just play a game and goof around.
They just goof around. They're really good at goofing around. They're really good at commentary. It's sad that John Tron left the show.
Yeah.
The show seems fine without him, and I'm sure he's doing something cool. I know that was a big internet thing. Everybody's like, John Tron's gone, this show is over, it's so over, you guys.
It's like, Raptor's really funny still.
Yeah.
Like,
and the guy that's on there now is pretty funny too.
Yeah. I guess the thing I want to say is that Jake and I obviously are people who believe that you can be funny just kind of talking about whatever and kind of just get dicking around on camera. So we support shows of a similar vein.
Yeah.
Let's see. Will you guys do another joke review like the soup one? Well, maybe somebody should ask us for some reviews.
Yeah.
Ask us!
It's been months.
Come on! Come on!
It's been months since anybody's actually been like, hey, why don't you guys review this?
Tell us what you want.
Tell us what
you want so we can give it to you! Tell us!
Stop it. Stop that right now.
I'm sorry.
It's like the worst noise ever.
Tell us.
Tell us.
What do you think of Peter Capaldi? He's the new Doctor Who.
Oh.
Well,
I haven't seen him as Doctor Who, so.
Well, no, it's okay. Almost nobody really has. He had about like maybe 30 seconds.
Where
or
he's
so.
like, I'm here, and then they cut out. It's like,
yeah, exactly. It's hard to get a really great impression of what he's going to bring to the table. I'm excited that they're going to bring a older doctor back. I've seen some of his other work on British television, and it is rather amusing. So at least he's got good comedy chops. Good comedy often translates pretty well into good drama, so we'll see how it goes. Also, because this is a much older Doctor, I'm hoping this is going to be the end of the swoon Doctor era of Doctor Who.
Yeah. Last question. If IBA had official recipes, I don't know what IBA is.
That's the International Bartenders Association.
Oh, if it had official recipes for Jake and Trev, what would they be? For Jake, I can tell you right off the bat, it would be Canadian whiskey. Actually, there are two. You can pick Canadian whiskey, cherry cola, and grenadine. Mm-hmm. Like a Shirley Temple, you could call it Jakey Temple, maybe, or something like that. Or conversely, like a whiskey sour, basically.
Okay.
A Jake ski sour.
A Trev is 1 part gin, 1 part blue Syracuse. Okay, and then you fill up the rest of the way with ice and cherry 7-Up in a Tom Collins glass. That's a Trev. So
I'm trying to imagine how that would taste.
It's you got your citruses in there. I think it's gonna work out. I want you to know I've never tried it. To be true, I read this and I thought, like, what if I was going to design a drink? What would I design? And I'm a gin drinker. You guys, I like gin.
He's gin, I'm whiskey.
I'm gin. He's whiskey. I'm an acquired taste.
Detective whiskey. This is my part of Detective Gin.
So yeah, I would, and also Poeticy suggests that our viewers take some time this week, try and see if you can have a Jake or Trev made either in your own home or at a bar. Test them out, see which one's the better drink. Do you like a Jake? Are you a Jake man or are you a Trev man?
Yeah.
What do you like better? And lastly, furthermore, I'd like to issue one additional drink-based challenge at Poeticy's suggestion. Thanks again for the scroll today, Poeticy. The last thing I'm going to pose to you is a question. What would a peanut butter disaster be? The peanut butter disaster cocktail. I'm asking you, the fans. Write your answers.
That's some ideas.
Send your answers to the peanut butter disaster Facebook page, and we'll feature the winning recipe next week on the live show.
Yeah.
So that about wraps it up. Nice, rich, full episode. Oh, yeah. Excellent job tonight, Jake. And excellent job, all of you who have joined us this evening. It's been a pleasure. And for Jake and Trev Review Everything Live, I'm Trev.
And I'm Jake.
And thanks for watching.